Hello everyone, it's Misty here and welcome back to a new series. First of all, happy Easter to everyone that celebrates it. And yes, as I was saying, we're back after a really long time with a new series, obviously, because the old ones have some mods that don't work anymore that require me to load the save game, so I cannot use those. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into any of the drama of why I was not able to record during this time. But now that everything's settled and we're back to our normal routine, I think it's fair to say that we are gonna be staying here for quite some time and hopefully finish this series unlike the first two. That being said, as you probably could tell by the title, this series is named Valle del Sorzio, which is yet again an Italian series because I'd like to finish, at least one Italian series before we get moving to another country. So Sorzio is this river right here down the middle that splits the map in two. Um, it's quite a big map. It's 1 to 3 ratio hue scale, so you need to have experimental sizes enabled if you want to play along. I will leave the map down the map description down below in the description, and I'll also leave the mod list along with it, so you guys could join me and play along. Now, the map itself is nothing special, but that's what I usually prefer. I like to modify it as we move along the series. The south here is mostly agricultural. We have mostly farms and extraction industries, such as the oil industry down here. And then the further up we move, the further north, we start to see more advanced industries such as chemical plants, machines, factories, steel, etc. The cities are quite evenly spread out. We have some bigger ones, such as let's let's bring the city list up here. Okay, size descending or ascending, that works as well. So this is the biggest city, Norvello. As you can see, they are pretty evenly spread out. We also have quite a bit of small cities, which are going to act as fillers between the big ones. We can connect them via bus routes or even trains if they're far enough. So yeah, with that being said, I think we should start working on our first moneymaker, which is an industry. Obviously, passengers sadly do not bring us that much money in the beginning. And I was thinking to connect these two industries right here, this farm and this food processing plant. Eventually, we'll connect this farm down here as well up to the food processing plant. But for now, we'll just use this one and then see if the infrastructure costs allow us to get another one as well. Okay, let's put on some music. Eventually, I'd like to build a, well, not eventually. Probably we can just do it right now. It wouldn't require that much money, I think. To prevent the trucks from actually going in the city and causing a lot of traffic, I will build a diversion, if you will, so that they can go directly down here without needing to go through the city area. Actually, you know what? I'll just add the music afterwards, so you can have some better background music. Even though the TransportFever one is actually pretty nice. I like it. I've heard a lot of people that don't, but I don't mind it. I think it's alright. So, okay. Oh, that's quite a big terrain change. We can do it though. No worries. Okay, so we'll grab the roundabout here, the pre-built one. I think 20 is enough for a 3 road roundabout. This one will be quite a bit bigger. because I'm thinking eventually we'll have highways and all the normal infrastructure you'd see in a developed region. We'll have like a highway that links the bigger cities of the area. So I would like to keep an exit open that leads up to the highway. Okay, so I'll place this here. I'll place a small one here. Okay. Now, for the first part of the series, I will focus mostly on road traffic because it's the most affordable one. Actually, we'll finish this roundabout first and then continue with the other one. Because it's the most affordable one, as I was saying. We'll build, I don't know, some truck lines, maybe start a highway, but the infrastructure costs do tend to make that an attractive decision, since we cannot actually pay for a highway if we don't have some proper lines that bring us a good amount of money in. Okay, so as usual, we'll just use a node editor to make sure the roundabout is as efficient as possible. I usually prefer this layout right here, which allows the right lane only to be used when exiting the roundabout, and the left one to be used if you're gonna continue using it. So it ends up in something like this. This roundabout's done. Now I'll do this one, which will be quite a bit harder. Well, not now, but later. And there we go. Same procedure. Now, I don't think you'll see the use of this early in game, since there won't be much traffic, I don't think. But as the traffic piles up, you'll start to notice that this will be a true lifesaver and make the traffic go way faster, and instead of making it pile up like it usually does, even with solutions like roundabouts. I just don't want to get you could theoretically just build interchanges, but since this is not the US, I don't think that would be either realistic nor would be efficient, because the roundabout this way, it can do its job if planned nicely. Okay, now we get to build this one. Same procedure once again. By the way, do let me know down in the comments if you want me to speed up these construction parts, since most of them I do usually the same things. There's not much, not many interesting things going on besides the construction, because we will build quite a few roundabouts in this series because they are great, traffic solution, great way to handle traffic and avoid intersections that would otherwise require a lot more coordination. Okay, and this one is done as well. Oh, I don't like that. Let's see. Can we make it a little bit more natural? Let me see. How's that? Okay, that's much better. Okay, now that we've got the road layout done, we'll just add the truck stations. We'll build a big one right here because this plant will deliver food to quite a few cities, so we'll need those extra platforms. Oh, I don't like that terrain. Okay, great. So now we can have the first line. We'll call this the Mezzo Food Processing. Actually, Mezzo Food Processing. I will call this the Truck Mezzo Grain Delivery 1. And we need a road depot now to spawn the trucks. Where do we put it? We'll put it here. Cargo. I did get this new mod right here, the Iveco Eurotech, which just released. Does look quite nice in my opinion, so we can maybe use this if we find a proper truck. Doesn't look like it. Okay, in that case we'll just use the Scanias. These guys right here. We'll do 3 for now, and if we need more I'll just add a few more to the route. Okay, now let's skip this part and see if they are going to start making money. Actually, before we do that, I forgot. We need to connect the food processing plant to a city that actually requires bread. The problem is, the closest city that does require that is Casal Norvino, which is quite far away. So that will require us to start building a highway, which I do not want to do for now. Yeah, we'll just skip this part and see if they start, how much money they start making us without the last connection, and if it's needed, in that case we'll switch strategies and just find a solution to that problem. Okay, so our trucks are doing, well, fine. They're making us some money. The problem is we still have, well, the money they're making is nothing, you know, too crazy. Because the costs, well, narrow it down to just 85k, and that is not enough to, you know, maintain a steady growth in our transport system. So I was thinking there are 2 possibilities that we can do. We could either invest in the highway already, and build this section of the highway, the one that goes from Casal Norvino to Bardetti. Build this section of the highway and then connect these industries, so this other farm, these 2, and this food processing plant down here. Or we could start a public transport system that connects these two cities, which would be the more cost-efficient thing to do. Now, the problem with that is that these two cities are not big enough to start a profitable public transport system. Or well, it will be profitable. The profits won't be big enough. So in that case, I was thinking the highway would be a smarter decision to make. So with that being said, let's get started with the construction of the highway. we're done with the highway, we can continue down here. Start at the stations, and we'll also add a drop-off point, a city drop-off point, right down here. We'll build a one-way road with a bus lane, in this case a truck lane, and we'll add the truck stop, which is where we'll drop off our food produced in Mezzo. You'll use a second platform, and this will be the truck. Casal Norvino bread delivery. Bread delivery. There we go. Also add a second supplier of grain, which will use the first platform as well. Okay, thank God it does not use this road down here, which I didn't want it to do that. And this will be the Mezzo grain delivery number 2. Now all that remains to be done is add the delivery trucks. We'll use quite a bit, to be honest. What do we have here? We'll use 2 of these, and oh, we have these refrigerated ones. We can use them. Think this is good enough. And we'll also use the same trucks we used for the first line. We'll put 6 on that one since it's a way longer route. Let's give these guys a little bit of time as well to start making us some money, and hopefully the infrastructure costs stay low. Alright everyone, so we're back here. I let like 5-10 minutes pass in 4 times the speed, normal speed of the time. And I must say the system is working quite well now. We've got the food processing plant to upgrade to level 2. It looks like level 3 is not far off. But in the next episode we'll start focusing a little bit on public transport so we can get these smaller cities growing and get them to require bread as well. I also upgraded these trucks, the 2 older DAFs, to these new refrigerated ones so they can carry a little bit more. Well, 3 times more. And yeah, we've got some good profits going on with the lines. We have 2 million on the bread one, 1 million on the first clearing delivery, and for now we've got only 100k on the second one, but that will start picking up as more demand is required by the food processing plant. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the builds on this first episode. As you can see, we did quite a little bit of road work. We started this highway down here and this one, which is going to connect the Casal Novino to these other cities down here. But yeah, now we've done that, I think it's time we conclude this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it, and please make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the following episodes of this series. As always, if you have any suggestions or if you'd like to see any specific builds on the series, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply and maybe implement them as well in the series if they fit. With that being said, I wish you guys once again happy Easter, a great weekend, and hope to see you again on the next one. Misty out.